Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting mid-air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This is what we are about. We plant seeds that one day will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that need further development. We provide yeast that produces effects beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for God's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are the workers, not the master builders. Ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future not our own.
Welcome, everyone, to the 120th Annual Forest City Regional High School Commencement, honoring the class of 2018. The accomplished young men and women seated here before you this evening are about to enter the world beyond these walls. We gather here tonight to honor and celebrate them. For 4 long years, they have worked towards this day, and now it is here. Can we give them a big round of applause? I will start tonight's ceremony by introducing Ian Bailey, the recipient of the Academics Honors Award. Ian is the son of Tom and Diane Bailey of Pleasant Mount. He will be attending the University of Vermont in the fall, where he will major in biochemistry. Ian hopes to be accepted into the accelerated master's program at the university and afterward pursue a career in pharmaceutical research. Ian Bailey.
Good evening, friends, family, and soon-to-be 2018 graduates. I want you all to imagine yourself trekking through the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. It is a bit muggy out, mid-50s, and the sun is setting. You know that you must rest for the night because tomorrow is another long hike, so you decide to set up camp. It has been months since you began planning for this trip. You have all the essentials for camping: a tent, a flashlight, some blankets, etc. Now stay with me. I'm almost to the point of the story. The wind is picking up, and you feel a chill down your back. You want to build a fire to stay warm. You know that you need some sticks and just one match to start one. You strike the match, hold it up to the sticks, and then begin to smoke, but the match blows out because of the wind. You light another and think you'll have a fire real soon, but the sticks don't light. You repeat this for 20 more times with 20 more matches and finally realize, I don't know how to start a fire. I'm going to be freezing tonight because I don't know how to start a fire. I don't know how to start a fire. A simple task so simple, in reality, is not so simple at all. You gathered equipment for months, you had everything you needed, and you were physically prepared, but not mentally prepared. Success only comes if you are mentally prepared for the situation. When I was in Boy Scouts, I was told one thing from nearly every scout leader, and that was to always seek new knowledge. If I wanted to move forward, I would seek to learn something new. This was easier said than done. I was used to just listening to people and doing what I was told to be successful, but now I had to learn to do it on my own. These teenagers sitting before me have all learned something in common here at Forest City. They learned to aim for success, and their success is shown here. Any one of these students could have done the bare minimum to graduate, but they have all driven to go above and beyond to learn more. Let me point out Matt Trotter, for example. He strives to learn new things. He goes to Brain Bees and learns about neurology for fun. He's crazy. Alex Acker can answer all my questions that involve the logging and lumber industry. I were to give total trust into Kyla Cookson to cut my hair, or Sarah McHale to fix my electrical system. The point is, each student has learned skills that make them who they are. FC can teach you how to take a derivative in calculus or explain what Shakespeare is trying to say, but only you can extend your knowledge. Only you can make yourself successful. Let me refer back to that hiking story. Were you really prepared to go out into the wilderness and survive? Being prepared is being willing to do what is necessary to accomplish a task with the materials at hand. Luck is not the reason you were able to start a fire, do well on a test, win a race. Preparation is the reason for your success. There are going to be times in your life where you are not ready. There will be unexpected events that occur, and it will be your responsibility to do what is best. You may be thinking, what is best? And their answer is, there is no answer. You can't rely on luck. You have to be prepared with what life throws your way. When plan A falls through, you need to have a plan B, and plan B is just making the best out of the situation. This is when you discover how to adjust to life. You aren't always going to have it your way, and that is okay. If you want to achieve more in life, you need to learn more. There comes a time in life where we feel comfortable, and we stop striving for more. I'm telling you right now, don't be comfortable. Whether you go to college, go into the workforce, or enlist in the military, be uncomfortable. I know this is cliche to say, but life is too short. You don't have time to just sit around and just chill. Embrace life. You will regret more things you didn't do rather than the things you did do. So all I could say is, seize the day. All my classmates may be overwhelmed with what I have said so far. Like, really, and I just finished high school and you want me to start learning information already? I will reply with yes. Yes, I do, because there is no harm in learning something new. Of course, there will be times where learning new things will be difficult, but that is the reason why we have resources. They are there to guide you to success, and there is no greater resource than the people you have met. Forest City is a great example of a resource. The faculty here possess knowledge and connections that are unimaginable. All of you have a place to lean on if you need help, and that is right here. Like I said before, it will be difficult trying to move forward and learn new things, but remember those whom you met in high school, whether an administrator, a teacher, or a friend. Reach out to them later in life because they may be the bridge between you and success. To the class of 2018, I personally thank you for all that you have taught me my 13 years here. I want you all to promise me that you will never stop learning and you will always seek for new knowledge. Learning new things prepares you for anything in life, whether it is how to pay taxes, how to set up a tent, or how to handle a life or death situation. As long as you all strive to learn something new and create a mindset to always be mentally prepared, you will never fail at life. L. Frank Baum, a renowned American author, once wrote, "No thief, however skillful, can rob one of knowledge, and that is why knowledge is the best and safest treasure to acquire." Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. Next, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the class salutatorian, Matthew Trotter. Matt resides in Uniondale with his parents, Dale and Kimberly Trotter. Matt will be heading to Princeton University, where he will major in chemistry with the goal of becoming a neurologist. Come on up, Matt.
As everyone probably figures, there's always a lot of drama surrounding the class song and motto. Our song was eventually decided to be Good Riddance by Green Day. The title references, well, the thought that, hey, finally, I'm out, I'm free. Well, just like your typical Shakespearean anything, or honestly pretty much everything I've read in English class, the looks are, in fact, deceiving. So I did a little close reading, some thinking aloud like we do in English class to really figure out what this song means. So it's a short song, 2.5 minutes. Might represent how short we will find this period in our lives one day. It's 151 words, 72 of which are, it's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life, repeated 4 times, which makes me happy because as soon as you annotate one line, half the song is done. So the song begins, another turning point and a fork stuck in the road. Now, I won't go over the advanced calculus knowledge that I used to figure out what this line means, but it does mean that there is a decision that has to be made. As we are all taking on the world in our own ways, and I'll talk about those ways later, we each have a choice. The choices are different. For some, it's workforce or college. Others, maybe a college major. The point is, this is a turning point in our lives. We have many paths ahead. Which do we take? I can't answer that, but you all can. It's your path. Another important part of the song is the beginning of the second stanza. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hang them on a shelf in good health and good time. These memories we are creating, that we have been creating, will be with us in our minds for the next many decades of our life. We may look upon them in fondness. I know I will. Our experiences, year after year, we will shelve in our minds, but we will have forever. Like Matt Tighe sitting on a frog head. Joe Callan hiding in a closet during a lockdown. The Crayola factory trip. The toilet exploding on the Boston trip. Zoomin' Zarzan. Reading Death of a Pig, a 10-page story for over 2 weeks straight. Getting to hear everyone celebrating when they got their college acceptance letters. And then our field day, which maybe was the last time being ourselves together this past Monday. So remember that line that's like half the song? Well, really it's repeated because it's important. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Based on this line, this good riddance is really the inevitable passing of something that we have benefited from, but something that we now all must leave behind. One way or another, for all of us, this will be a good riddance. We will look fondly upon this time in our lives to see the hard work we have put in to create our future and the lasting friendships we have made that will support that future we have created for ourselves. So as many of you have heard now, I will be attending Princeton University to major in chemistry. Princeton has been declared the best university in the United States in 2018 by U.S. News. I have many people to thank for this. My teachers, first and foremost, taught me to want to learn. Many past and present administrators and teachers have worked with me day after day to help me truly excel in my studies, including, but not limited to, Dr. Elia, Dr. Aquilina, Miss Potus, Miss Weiss, Mrs. Nebbs, and Mr. Nebbs. So let's give these teachers and all teachers a big round of applause. My friends on stage, for most of us, it's been 13 years. 13 long years. But we made it. We've worked hard for this, and we deserve it. I won't wish any of you luck in your future endeavors. I believe none of you will need it. You have everything you need right here and right here. And my parents, can't forget them. They've raised me for the last 18 years now into who I am today. They've guided me when I needed it. They've taught me the prospect of working hard and always putting your best foot forward. My mom's probably tearing up right now. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything you have done. Without you guys, none of this would have been possible, literally and figuratively. So as we, near our final moments on this stage and in this school as students, I'd like to part with my own final words. Believe it or not, high school is in fact finite. It ends, as all things do. The train of time chugs along, and we must all get off at our respective stops, each one no better than the last, but unique in its circumstance. Maybe some will board that train time and time again to redefine themselves. Wherever this train may take us, though, we've all began on the same track, here at Forest City Regional. Each of us has chosen our track. This track may change, but each of us have a goal, something to work towards. These goals range from being an optometrist to having one's own radio show, or from being a professional photographer to becoming a tactical air control party specialist, or from being an electrician to becoming a union bricklayer. The variety of these goals represent this class: diverse, interesting, challenging. However, even if these goals are so drastically different, our bonds to each other that we have developed will never change. For decades, we will remember what we have learned here at Forest City. Why? Because we made our goals here. In one way or another, Forest City inspired us all to become what we will become in our future. This school will forever hold a place in our hearts.
Thank you, Matthew. Erin Urban is our class valedictorian. Erin is the daughter of Christopher and Michelle Urban and resides in Pleasant Mount. Erin will be majoring in chemistry at Binghamton University and will participate in the Freshman Research Immersion Program. Erin hopes to pursue a career as a researcher. Come on up, Erin.
This night is a huge stepping stone towards our futures. We have worked hard and pushed through these last 4 years, and finally we're here. But actually, I know for me, it went by so fast. Now, some of you might not know this, but valediction means to send off. As the valedictorian, I would like to give a send-off to us, the class of 2018, to show how amazing we truly are. I would like to start by naming some of the accomplishments that make all of us so amazing. Primarily, our class has received a total of $3 million in scholarship money and financial aid, with 2/3 of our class going to continue their educations. Of those who are going straight into the workforce, here are just some of the places that they are going: the logging industry, construction industry, the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen, electrical industry, and many more places. Our sports teams have won 10 league and district championships in total over the past 4 years. 4 students were inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. Those musically talented folks in our class have attended districts for band and chorus multiple times, and let's not forget the many great plays and musicals. We have volunteered for many things, including the Steamtown Marathon, Toys for Tots, food pantries, fire companies, blood drives, church picnics, at nursing homes, delivering Christmas trees and coats, and I'm sure more that I'm not aware of. I believe that we are the class of promising futures, taking the things we have learned here at Forest City Regional and applying them to wherever we plan to go. I called this night a stepping stone before because it will lead us down our own individual and diverse paths. After this night, we hope to land our dream jobs, continue our educations, meet new friends, and maybe that special someone, but most importantly, leave our impact on the world. And just like life, our journey to this night has not been easy. Our generation as a whole faced and continues to face great adversity. Over the past 2 decades, living in the United States of America, we experienced the unfathomable. Since we were 9 years old, there's been 288 school shootings in the United States. We fear seeing another school on the news has been part of a deadly massacre. In 2018, more children in schools have died than American soldiers who have died in battle. We live in a scary time when the color of your skin or your sexual orientation could put you in a dangerous, harmful, or hateful situation. Can we please have a brief moment of silence for those who have lost their lives this year? Thank you. I hope that our generation will be the ones to change things, making the world a better, safer place for future classes to come. Now, maybe you're thinking that I have high hopes for us, but I have good reason to think so highly of our class. We already have 4 Eagle Scouts, which is double the national average with a class this size. Plus, 11% of our class is pursuing jobs in the military. The world is changing, and we are the ones who are making these changes. We have many individuals, especially my fellow women, who are going into science, technology, engineering, and math careers, who I know will be catalysts for positive change. We have those in our class that can do things mentally and physically that I could never dream of doing, and that is what makes this class so special. We have diverse skills and dreams that will be able to impact our world in the most positive ways possible. We have many pursuing trade jobs, like I mentioned before, along with future doctors, educators, ambassadors, police officers, and a multitude of other meaningful careers. Personally, I have the opportunity to do real-life research next year at Binghamton University to try and understand people's susceptibility to disease and thus how to best to deal with disease in an ever-changing world. I hope that I can do my part in positive change. Just in our little school, we have so many individuals who I know will be able to change the world we live in for the better, no matter how they do it. I wanted to include a quote of my late grandfather into this speech, as he was someone very special to me, and I think I found something that fits. He would say this about my grandma and his beloved Penn State Nittany Lions football team, but I think it works for our class too. He would say, "You never look as good as you do on your best day, and you never look as bad as you do on your worst day." What he meant by this is that we have so much potential beyond even what we can think we can do on our best day. Even on our worst day, we know there are better ones to come and that we can work past the worst day. We are a generation that has a lot of grit. We're able to face what is coming at us head on and proactively. This is what will get us to our best day, the day that we will truly be at our greatest. Here in high school, I know so many people who have worked their butts off to improve their grades, improve at a sport, or improve themselves as a person. I believe that this is what will also help us to change the world, our grit and perseverance. And not to mention that this is one of our best days, and we sure do all look good. Of course, we've had lots of help. Throughout our high school careers, there were so many changes to our school, enabling us to see how change takes place and what it feels like. These changes were to our benefit, even though we did have a little bit of a fit about the no backpack rule at first. Our amazing administration and teachers have prepared and molded us over these past 4 years into the people sitting on stage today. Even more changes will be coming this way, but we won't be here for it, as we will be out and about in the world making our own impacts. We won't forget what this school did for us, along with our families and friends who we also have to thank. To conclude, I have a little poem that I found. Happy graduation day to you. At last you've completed this journey. Preparing for a long time, you've pursued what you dreamed for, and now you're going on your way. Greater things are waiting for you, and really, you're on your way now. There's more in the future for you to do, and your dad and your mom must be very proud of you. Use your talents well and be the best you can be, and remember all that you have done to get where you are now. This is not the end, but it's just the beginning for you, so inspire others you meet on your way out to do the same. Open the door of your heart and never quit dreaming, but hold on tight to your hopes, because day after day there are more things to do and learn. Remember to be honest and true to yourself, because you can make all of your dreams come true and change the world too. Happy graduation day to us.
This year's commencement address will be delivered by Mr. Kyle Fitzsimmons. Kyle is a 1994 graduate of Forest City Regional High School. Upon graduation from high school, he attended King's College, where he majored in criminal justice. A native of Northeast PA, Kyle moved to Harrisburg more than 18 years ago and began his career as a research analyst for the Senate Democratic Caucus. Kyle quickly worked his way up the ranks in the Senate Democratic Caucus. During his tenure, he served in various roles for Senator Richard Kasunik, Senator Connie Williams, Minority Leader Senator Robert Mello, and most recently, as the Chief of Staff for Senator John Udachak. As Chief of Staff, Kyle oversaw the day-to-day operations of both the Harrisburg office and the district office of the 14th Senatorial District. He developed, implemented, and promoted the Senator's legislative proposals and public policy agenda. He was also responsible for coordinating the constituent and communications functions of each office. Kyle joined his current employer, Maverick Strategies, after almost 2 decades of experience in state government service. Maverick Strategies provides their clients with a range of services in both government relations and political consulting. Kyle has earned an outstanding reputation among his colleagues. He is widely regarded as someone who is always willing to work in a bipartisan manner within the halls of the Capitol in order to improve lives and achieve success. Mr. Fitzsimmons is the son of Tom and Linda Fitzsimmons, who reside in Forest City, PA. He has 2 siblings, Matt and Colin. Colin and his wife, Anna, currently reside in Dauphin, PA, with their 2 cats, whom they adopted from Howard Stern and his wife, Beth. In his spare time, Kyle enjoys golfing and spending time with his niece and nephews.
Okay, great. Thank you. So one thing I noticed this year, from 24 years ago when I graduated, a lot more facial hair. And it took me 24 years to grow this, and you guys, pretty fantastic. And medals, there's a lot of medals too. Very impressive. So, I'd like to thank the administration, faculty, and school board for this opportunity, as it is a true honor to address the 2018 graduating class. It was 24 years ago this week that I graduated from Forest City Regional High School. As I stood on this stage that night, I thought, like many of you are doing right now, that I already had my life mapped out. I knew what I wanted to do. I was going to major in criminal justice and be an FBI agent. Well, ironically, especially given the headlines these days, my path took a different journey, and I went from FBI agent to a 2-decade career in politics. But in looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. My journey has been tremendous, and it all started right here in your seats at this high school. Before I go any further, I must recognize 2 important people in my life, my parents, Tom and Linda Fitzsimmons. They have been nothing but supportive, and I know I can always count on them for just about anything. They really did motivate me, inspire me, and keep me on the right path. My father very simply said, "You can't have a CAR until you have a full-time JOB." When I got my job in Harrisburg, I bought a brand new Volkswagen Jetta. My father helped me pick out the color, black. My mother was even more direct, simple, and to the point. She simply said, "Kyle." It was 100% effective, was and still is a constant motivator for me. When I was asked to speak to you all tonight, I asked myself, what should I talk about? What would they want to hear about? What advice or words of wisdom can I give this graduating class? After some thought, a couple ideas came to mind, a couple of life lessons I learned along the way, and some reflection on my own journey. As mentioned, I graduated from Forest City in 1994, and then 4 years later graduated from King's College with a degree in, yes, criminal justice. While attending college, I began working in the pro shop at Oakview Country Club. It was a great job that to this day I credit for making me the type of person I am. It taught me how to talk to people, how to treat people, how to present myself, traits I use each and every day. The job also had something to do with getting me to the state capitol in Harrisburg, where I have worked for the last 20 years. A story for you. It was October 1994, and I was sitting in a golf cart at Oakview. A member of the country club that I had gotten to know that very first summer took a seat in the cart next to me, and he began to talk about what I wanted to do in my future. His name was Arthur Cocodrilli. He said to me out of the blue, "You're a hard worker. You seem very dedicated to the job and to your schoolwork. When it comes time for you to graduate, give me a call. I would love to help out if I could." Fast forward to my last semester at King's College, and with graduation just a couple months away, and I clearly decided life in the FBI wasn't for me, I decided to take Mr. Cocodrilli up on his offer. I gave him a call, and he remembered the conversation we had a few years back. Then he asked me one question that I didn't know the answer to. He asked, "Are you a Republican or a Democrat?" I paused, and I said, "I need to call my father and ask him what I am." So I call up my father, and then he told me, "You're a registered Democrat." That should give you a pretty good sense of how political I was at that time. But a week or two after that initial call, Mr. Cocodrilli had me meet with Pennsylvania Senate Minority Leader Bob Mello. I remember Senator Mello saying to me, "You must be something special because Arthur Cocodrilli doesn't like a whole lot of people. So you must have done something right." I credit the work ethic my parents instilled in me in a very young age, along with the communication skills and the relationships I established while working in Elkview for a large part of my success. Now back to how exactly I got my job in Harrisburg. I simply responded to an ad in the Scranton Times. I'll never forget the wording of that ad. It said, "Is looking for a recent college graduate who's willing to relocate to Harrisburg for a research analyst position." I answered the ad. There were 42 applicants. 7 of us got interviews, and I got the job. While working at the Capitol, I met my beautiful wife, Anna. She too works in the Pennsylvania Senate as the senior budget director for the majority leader, Jake Corman. Yes, that is right. She is a Republican, and I am a Democrat. Surprisingly, in our 16-year relationship, we have never gotten into any political debates. That's a true story. In my time in the state Senate, I had multiple positions within the caucus. What started as a research analyst turned into an executive director, which turned into a project manager, and then finally chief of staff to Senator John Yudichak. About 2 years ago at this time, I was approached by a Republican lobbying firm by the name of Maverick Strategies. They asked me to join their firm because of the strong relationships I built over the years in Harrisburg, my connections in both the Republican and Democratic caucuses, and the governor's office. Most of what I do now is based on my relationships, my reputation, and my integrity. Relationships, reputation, and integrity. Those are personal traits you must work for and earn. It takes time, but if you have them, trust me, success will follow. So how does this all relate to you? Well, 24 years ago when I was in this audience, some very wise adults in my life, my parents, teachers, commencement speaker, gave me my foundation and truly helped me prepare for my future. Call what you want, advice, guidance, nagging, words of wisdom. It all meant something and it sunk in. I didn't realize how or when, but life lessons I've learned along the way have helped to shape me and make me the person I am today. So I can't get off this stage without sharing my 3 core life lessons with you. 1, be of service to others. It's a great feeling to know that you helped or made someone's life better or easier by something you did. People have and will help you along the way, so pay it forward. 2, be on time. And this is more important than you think. Don't be late. Don't make a bad first impression for a job interview or a meeting. Being late tells a person that your time is more important than theirs. Finally, be nice in life. Say hello. Say thank you. Say it's nice to meet you. By having a nice and positive demeanor, odds are you'll get the same treatment back. In most cases, the impression you leave will be a lasting one, so make it a good one. In closing, I'd like to commend you, the members of this graduating class, for your hard work and determination. As I alluded to at the beginning of the speech, accept and embrace the opportunities and challenges that may come your way. Just think, because I veered from my comfort zone and let life's journey take me in a different direction, I stand here today as someone who has experienced so much more over the last 24 years. From helping to shape public policy, to shaking hands with governors of Pennsylvania, to getting to talk with you all tonight, I'm getting to make a difference. So, and of course, I can also tell my dad that my JOB let me buy a couple more CARs. I wish you the best of luck, and I thank you for allowing me to speak here tonight. God bless, and good night.
I can't repay the lessons that you taught when I was small, or give you gift for gift the daily treasures I recall. I can't return encouragement and loving words of praise in quite the ways you did for me throughout all my childhood days. But there is one gift that I can give. It's all the love you've earned. For love is what you've taught, and love is what I learned. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Today, June 15th, 2018, my graduation from high school is for you. This celebration is not for any students or the faculty, but for the parents who have brought their children to where they are in life today. This occasion is merely a stepping stone in our lives, which you have so kindly placed for us. Would Jordan Coles please come forward? It is my privilege and honor as the valedictorian of the class of 2018 to present you with this mantle. This mantle carries with it rights and responsibilities. The class of 2019. It is your turn to be the model of academic excellence for the underclassmen of Forest City Regional. Congratulations.
On behalf of the class of 2019, I accept this mantle. We will do our best to fulfill the obligations that this mantle symbolizes. Congratulations to you, the class of 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The presentation of diplomas. Don't be disappointed in me. Madison Nicole Gasper. Kaylin Rose Gibbs. Jasmine Alexandria Gomez. Sarah McHale. Corinne Elizabeth Prince. Mackenzie Elizabeth Hartman. Matthew Abraham Trotter. Erin Michelle Urban. Ian Thomas Bailey. Jordan Nahn. George Merrick O'Connor. Lee Anthony Clark. Christopher Michael Carwan, Jr. Matthew James Tighe. Ready, friend? Noah Christopher Yates. Colleen Blount. Caitlin Marlene Henschel. Kyla Josephine Cookson. Michaela Rain Piasecki. Alyssa Pace. Crystal Ann Carcello. Devin Sanchez. Justin Tyler Wolf. Kevin Michael Kelly. Danny Lockett III. Jared Michael Nahn. Griffin Michael Atkinson. James Bruce Howe. Skylar Marie Fortner. Kayla Marie DeShong. Sarah Emily Hall. Samantha Rulis. Brittany Ann Leiby. Pavel Stefan Almazi. David John Grossel III. Joshua Nutari. Thomas Frank Perfetta. Bryce Bensley. Bradley Rowe. Isaiah Daniel Hoxie. William Stevens. Joseph Dominic Rantlet, Jr. Sorry. Draven Tobias Stewart. Chandler Nathan Marcho. Stephen Joseph Evans. Dakota Edward Kinnear Cook. Alexander James Acker. Mark Daniel Sam. Kyle Frank Shima. Samuel Hickey. Kenyatta George Salmon. On behalf of the Forest City Regional Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure and personal pride to place the official seal on the accomplishments of the class of 2018. You have accepted and fulfilled the graduation requirements of Forest City Regional School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I extend our collective appreciation and thanks for your dedicated efforts. By the power vested in the Forest City Regional Board of School Directors, I proudly proclaim you graduates of the Forest City Regional School District. Class of... you can get louder than that. Class of 2018, you may turn your tassels. I've obviously lost control of this. So I'm going to seat everybody at this time. Please sit. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Aquilina.
It's all good, Mr. Zach. Good evening. Can we give this class of 2018 one more round of applause? Congratulations! Now you have to just calm down for a couple more minutes. I promise I'm short and sweet. Good evening, members of the Board of Education, colleagues in administration, distinguished members of the faculty and staff, Mr. Fitzsimmons, class officers, families, friends, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2018. It is an honor to have the opportunity to provide the concluding remarks for tonight's commencement ceremony. This milestone in the lives of these young men and women demonstrates the collective commitment of our incredible school community, both here and at home, in helping shape the lives of these individuals, a privilege none of us takes for granted. Arriving at this moment is bittersweet for many of us. For the students, it marks the end of this journey and the beginning of another. For our parents, it is an evening that marks the end of your child's time here with us in the Forest City Regional School District, time that I'm sure has gone by far too quickly. And for the faculty, staff, and administration, it means saying goodbye to this outstanding group of young men and women who have contributed greatly to our school community, their success representative of the value of our work each day. Graduates, as I reflected the past few weeks about what advice I could offer to you before you leave this evening, I was paging through your yearbook, and it provided an invitation into your world. The opportunity to see the many academic events and awards, clubs, sports, and a host of other activities that brought each of you closer together and prepared you well for this evening. As I peered deeper into this book, and I read the quotes and advice that many of you included with your photo, I realized that some of the best wisdom was well documented in your messages to one another. As you move forward in your journey tonight to post-secondary education, the military, or the workforce, wherever your path may lead, personal success and following Ian Bailey's advice to live life to the fullest will require hard work, perseverance, kindness, and compassion. I hope that each of you leave here tonight knowing that your goals and dreams are well within your reach. Remembering Jasmine Gomez's assertion that if your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough. Now, Isaiah Hoxie posed a question to the class of 2018. What can possibly go wrong? Well, I can tell you, a lot will go wrong, but a lot will go right too. There will be times when you will face challenges and life won't seem so easy. During these times, it will be important for you to reflect on Chris Carwan's recommendation to remember it all starts with you. And believe me, he is right. You must have confidence in yourselves and listen to Sarah Hall and never forget the power of forever trusting who you are. This belief in yourself will empower you to accomplish things you never imagined. Stay focused on your dreams and don't let obstacles get in your way. And don't get discouraged when things don't go as you have planned. Instead, heed Jordan Nahn's reminder that life is all about perspective. Dakota Kanor Cook will tell you that no matter what, take life one day at a time. and just breathe. Right, Caitlin Henschel? Of course, it is better to be prepared than unprepared. And Joe Ranlett, we know that you and your classmates are well prepared. Whatever path you choose, it will serve you well to be kind and compassionate, to take time to extend a helping hand to those who need it the most. Kaylin Gibbs asked, "What is the point of having a heart if you don't use it to spare others from the harsh judgment of your mind?" And Nathan Trotter reminds us that the measure of our compassion lies in our willingness to see others as kin. Always remember that the smallest gestures can make a world of difference. Graduates, I assure you that you have left FCR a better place than when you arrived. All that you have done while you were here, the many lessons you have learned, the friendships you have made, and the fine young adults you have become have led you to this day. Your class night slideshow shared memories from throughout your time here, and I know that Aaron Urban recognized that day by day, nothing changes, but then you look back and everything is different. In closing, I know I speak for the entire Forest City Regional School community when I say that we are better individuals for having had the opportunity to know and to work with each and every one of you. We wish you all the best that life has to offer, and yes, Kenyatta Salmon, this mission is complete. Congratulations, class of 2018, you did it.
Don't merely expect to find or to believe that life is worthwhile, make it worthwhile. Don't merely see life whole, make it whole. Not knowing which should come first, to improve oneself or to improve the world, we end up doing neither. Actually, the only way to improve the world is by improving oneself. And the only way to improve oneself is by improving the world.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this task and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this task and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right.